Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a quick tip. We're going to talk about late game and crossing open areas slash approaches, things to think about really quickly right here. You can see this game's a very tight one, which is nice. Finally, a high tier game where we have late game decisions being very important. I have two Sturves, myself in a 260 and an Artie. They've got an Artie, a Sturve, a Grill, and a CS59. You can see where they were last spotted down here on the mini map. The Grill and their CS59 were around their cap. Their Sturve, this is a very old light, what I call a stale light back here, meaning that that Sturve is nowhere near that because ours came through that area, so he's probably back in there as well. So they're really all in the corner. A slight possibility they've snuck into the north, but I've been around that area quite a bit in this battle, and I'm pretty sure they haven't made it there. So I've finally come off the carrier, and I came down to this corner just to take a peek, and that's my first plan. Come around the corner, back up, see if I get lit. I didn't get lit, which means they're not near. They're not up in this forward edge as far as I can tell. Now they might be, if we back out, they might be over here still because I didn't quite go around the corner. So now I'm paying attention to where my team is. I've got a Sturve, which has a pretty good overview of the cap area. There's a bush line right there, and he's just sitting there watching. So I'm pretty sure they're not up above him, or they would have seen him get in there. All right, I'm pretty sure they're not on this forward edge on these rocks. So I think they're all back in this corner in various spots back here. Notice that my spotting ring is right at the edge of that, both how far I can see, which is the green, and how far I can be seen, as long as they've got enough, which is the sorry, I got no idea what that is, which is the white, all right? So now I'm trying to plan my move. I've got good armor. I'm the heavy. I probably need to cross and start getting lights. Really, there's nobody else to do it. There's a Sturve. He's in a good spot. So, oops, the other Sturve is now coming across the map. Finally, he stopped camping. And clearly, the Artie's not going to do it. I'm it. All right? So I'm going to plan this. I'm taking a look, taking all that information into mind. Another little poke to see if I get lit. Remember, getting lit is de facto spotting mechanism. And now I'm going to push. Oh, look at that. Very surprised. So either he just moved there or I just didn't quite come around enough, but that gets him lit, and that's fantastic. Now, I know that guys that are up in this spot up here, all right, they're going to have to expose themselves if they want to chase me as I get closer and closer up underneath, and I'm using this wreck and whatnot to cover up in these rocks to this higher spot behind there. So I'm just going to keep on trucking. We'll shoot. I knew the Artie was going to come in. I don't know if you noticed that, but I fixed both the track and got rid of the stun immediately, and that was the plan all along, crossing. It's nice to have that ready to go. So I'm going to just kind of sneak in there. So sometimes if you're sitting there thinking about it, another miss unfortunately, but he gets dead. If you're sitting there thinking about it, pay attention to your repair kit and your med kit, and if they're close to being reset, wait. Get them reset, and then just expect the Artie's going to hit you, you're going to get spotted. Just be ready to fix the track and fix the stun. I fixed the track so I don't get tracked. I fixed the stun so that I don't have to, this guy actually does a really nice job. I get a really cheeky shot on that, and then he pretty much abuses me from here. I've got 1,500 damage, and I'm thinking I'm just going to take him out, and he actually does a nice job of abusing me. Dude had 7,000 or so damage with his Sturve. Clearly knows how to run the Sturve. But like I was saying, be ready with your kits. And I'm just going to push up and over, right? I don't want to sit here peeky, and getting shredded, picked apart by a Sturve, and then eventually the Artie making shots. Notice also that my teammate over here, this other Sturve, is pushing in. Fantastic. Good on him. What's interesting is, check this out, and I didn't notice this in the game. This dude's behind me. So he was over here. And very surprised, right? So he wasn't hiding. The good news about this CS59, see, I get abused here. This guy puts another shot on me. Kills my driver. Now, bummer. I don't have a kit, right? I used it. I'm going to come up here. He's going to hit me again. I'm going to bounce one. That's not great. Let's go ahead and get down here. He does a nice job getting into a shot really quickly. Ouch. And all of a sudden, I'm getting down to a one-shot. Not quite, but just about. And I'm really hoping this Sturve will come in. And what's fascinating is, check this out. Here comes this CS63. And he starts shooting HE. 61. All right. There we go. Fantastic. Finally did something relatively decent. And we kill this guy. He's a full hit point, more or less. CS59 comes running in here and shoots me with HE a couple more times, and we're able to kill him between myself and this Turbo 103. But that's what I wanted to talk about today. When you're going to cross an open spot, make that push into the last campers there. Try to make it the least vulnerable route that you can come up with. Think about things like your kits, so that you can fix getting tracked or fix stun. I fix the stun because that slows you down. I want to get up underneath them as fast as possible, and then I just kept coming at them so that I could keep them lit. I don't want to give them peeky pokey shots. Now, I'm not saying you always just drive up and over and go straight at them, but with a Sturv, I really didn't want to give him peeky pokey shots and start whittling me down. I also didn't know where this CS59 was. So it turns out it was a great idea to push up and over. I will be quite honest, I did not notice he was down there. I didn't even know he was here until about right here. In fact, what am I looking at? Right there is when I turn around and go, oh crap, this guy's come out of nowhere. Well, he was down there. Very surprising. All right, guys, that's all I've got for this quick tip. Have a good one, and we will see ya.